Okay, we are going to go on record here on Shellonomics. We are not blowing smoke up any Turtles show, but this is my favorite season of any Ninja Turtles. We're talking 87, 2003, Rise, 2012, any kind of animation right now in 2025. This is the best. My good friend TMNT Dare Talk Christian is here to break this down with me. Now, I don't know if this is your favorite of all time, but I was just rewatching these to prepare, and oh my God, are we going to have fun today, dude? Are we going to have fun?
Oh man, yeah, I totally see what you mean. I mean, it's. I said it last time. They really, after 3 seasons, they really got their groove. They really were. You get really the feeling that they're allowed to do more stuff. They get a little bit gritty. There's some things in here, some really dark things, some really fun things, cameos, Easter eggs, so much stuff. You really know that the people behind this show, they are fans themselves. They know what they're doing, and they're really giving it their all in this season. Yeah.
And they threw everybody in there. So if you guys want to stick around for this whole episode, I encourage you, because I know a lot of fans our age. We're about late 30s, early 40s, and I know you guys may have grown up with the 87, but you didn't see 2012. But we're gonna throw one spoiler early: the 1987 Turtles are back in one episode. I can't wait to break that down. We've got guys who are toys from our generation that actually get an episode featured. So let's get started, man. We start off with the Fujitoid here. Again, like you said in the other podcast we've done here on Shellonomics, we get a new intro to start this with the Fujitoid, and feel free to take it away with episode 1 in season 4, my dude.
Yeah, the first episode is called Beyond the Known Universe, and as you said, there's a new intro. We get a little recap at the start because the Triceratons, they were invading Earth. We get all this little recap what happened like previously on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where Triceratons invaded, and well, in the end, they had the black hole generator and they destroyed the whole world. Everything was destroyed. That was, as I said last time, what a season finale. That's crazy. I was blown away when I watched it at first. I was like, okay, what's gonna happen next? So now we see that the turtles, April and Casey, they are on board of the Fugitoid's ship, and they're in space. They're the last survivors of Earth, and the Fugitoid is able to travel back in time 6 months so that they can work together to stop the Triceratons from getting the parts. There are 3 parts of the black hole generator, and they have to go after them to find it before the Triceratons find it. And so, yeah, this is the start of like the space arc of the 2012 show. We had it in the 2003 show, and now we have it here, Turtles in space. And yeah, like the turtles, they get some new space clothes, and that also had some toys. April Casey, the same thing, and yeah, they want to get the parts of the black hole generator, and they during the travels they land on a different planet, run into some aliens, weird stuff happens, crazy stuff happens, and they run also into a new bad guy called Drag. Lord Drag, yes, you may remember him from the classic cartoon. He's a bit different here. He's like this insect master from this insect planet, and well, the turtles run into him, cause him trouble. So from the start, the turtles are like, okay, we made ourselves a new enemy. And well, the episode ends with the turtles flying away and running into an armada of Triceratops spaceships. So, whoops, how will they get out of this? So, yeah, right from the start, crazy space adventures. They throw everything in there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Just another great story, and like you said before, great series always have great stories that connect with one another. So we get the first half we're in space, and the second half just gets to be total chaos. I wanted to pick your brain really quick just because the 2 people I always want to be on my team if we're ever doing Turtles trivia is Michelle Ivy and you. So the question I got for you here is, now when the Fugitoid announces himself, he says his name, I believe it was Zatan, something like a Z, and I always thought it was Gerald Honeycutt. So I know I didn't ask this before the year, but just is there any resemblance why they changed his name? Because I always thought it was Honeycutt, unless I'm wrong.
His full name here is Satan Honeycutt.
Okay.
But I gotta say, I think the name Satan is new from this show.
Okay.
It was. I cannot remember that it was mentioned before because it was always Professor Honeycutt in the 2003 show and just Honeycutt in the Mirage comics. But as far as I remember, the first name Satan is original for this show,
Okay.
as far as I know.
Okay, very good. Yeah, because I was like, I don't recall ever hearing that. I wanted to ask Christian about that when we went live. Okay, very good. Thank you for that. And let's go into episode number 2.
Which is called The Moons of Thalos 3. And yeah, as I said, turtles run into Triceratons, big space battle. They get shot down. They land on like this ice moon in space, and they have to get some stuff to repair the ship. And there they run into two Salamandrians, which is this race of like lizard aliens, who the neutralizer is also. And one of these two is a woman, a lady, and Raphael from the start is like, who? She's kind of nice. So he immediately has a crush on her, and it's so funny because he cannot really spell out her Salamandrian name. It's like, if I remember correctly, Githba, and it's like I cannot spell it, but there's this picture of this drawing of a wonderful woman on Earth called Mona Lisa, and you remind me of her, so I'm gonna call you Mona Lisa. So yep, this is Mona Lisa in this universe. And well, they have to work together so that they don't freeze to death on this planet. We get ice dragons, crazy action, and well, in the end, the turtles and the Salamandrians, Cell Commander and Mona Lisa, they are on good terms. They are friends, and well, the spaceship is repaired. Turtles fly off to new adventures.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. And it's crazy how this show does it. Now, in the 87 series in 2003, they had characters, they were just like almost... 2003 had better closure with the new characters, but this one I even enjoy the stories. Like the next one we're going to get, I never thought we'd ever get an episode with Worm, the old Ninja Turtle toy from our generation. If you remember in the toy commercials, he had that little, like, 2 seconds in a commercial, like an animated form of Worm, and I thought they did a fantastic job. I can't wait to have you break this one down for us in the weird world of Worm. Try saying that 10 times fast.
Oh boy. That's a really cool episode, really cool story, gotta say, because the turtles, as I said, Worm appears in this episode. But he's not just a worm mutant. He's like this super powerful entity who can grant 3 wishes, and the turtles, they wish for some stuff, but unfortunately, when you wished all 3 wishes, Worm is freed, and he's like this super powerful, omnipotent being that can like destroy planets with just a snap of its fingers, Thanos style, and that's very unfortunate. But in the end, Casey is able, because he was turned super smart, he was wished super smart, he's able to trick Worm into giving him another wish, and he wishes that nothing of this ever happens, so it all goes back to the way it was. Worm was never found, Worm was never freed, so the universe is safe. And yeah, it's a completely different interpretation of Worm, but I thought it was really interesting. I'm always interested in like this super powerful godlike creatures, and how they can be stopped when they are free. It's a very cool storyline, I gotta say. Very interesting version of Worm. Yeah, it's a cool episode, I gotta say.
Yeah. Before we dig too deep into the feels here, we got to talk about the funny little show. Like you say, every season they got a new show. How'd you like Chris Bradford's Too Rough Crew?
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. I mean, every season has its own like show inside the show, which is a funny concept by itself. And here we have like this cartoon based on Chris Bradford, which is like in the 80s we had stuff like the Mr. T TV show, the Mr. T cartoon, or like a Rambo cartoon, stuff like this. And it kind of makes fun of stuff like this. It's really cool. And yeah, it's like this diverse cast of people inside this show, and they're like, but Bradford is shown like he's super powerful. He can like kick sharks in the face and stuff like this. It's just so funny, so goofy. I love it.
Yeah, you got the Mr. T playoff. The one guy almost looks like E Honda, and it just works again, man. I think they made that just for us old timers because it takes place like in the 1980s. So,
Yeah.
like you say, this is a great show to watch. You have kids, you watch with your kids all the time. You're sitting there laughing. Now, how did your kids act? Did your kids enjoy this part too? Did you get to read their body language with like the spin-off shows like this and all the other ones they had?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's like as you said, it's more for like us people like from the 80s, 90s,
Yeah.
and they don't know what it makes fun of. They don't know what it's a parody of. They're just like, funny. That's funny. But I think it's really for us, for the parents, for the older ones. Like, I'm reminded. I get reminded from like the first season Star Trek and like old anime shows in the second season, like Voltron and stuff. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're doing there. It's great. It's great.
Even the whatchamacallit, the language here is just so well played, and it's okay for kids to say, like, I can't remember the exact wording, but in like one of the early episodes in this season, Donatello says something about asteroids, and Mikey's like, language, and then they go like with the Triceratons, and it's like, time to kick some Jurassic. It's like they just do it so well too with the witty dialogue. I love. Did you have any favorite lines either from this series or any of them that just stood out to you with the playful dialogue on words? There's just so many to choose from
Man,
here. There's so many.
yeah. There's some really, as I said, they're really great with this stuff, like trying to hide it.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, just remember from a 2003 cartoon when they're always like saying, "What the shell?" I mean, we know what it means, but you cannot censor it. It's a totally fine word. So they really know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think your favorites are the Gilbert Godfrey. Then anytime he says "Krang," you gotta be Kranging me.
Totally, yeah.
Oh man, well, we've had the toys. Why not go to the video game realm? This character here was in the Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters video game for Super Nintendo. Bring us to this next episode here with the Outlaw Armagon. Or Armagon. Sorry, you can help me with the pronunciation.
Totally fine. Armagon. Yeah. This episode, Drake hires like this bounty hunter cyber shark called Armagon. As I said, who appeared in the classic Tournament Fighters games and was also a character in the Archie comics. And but here he's like this alien shark bounty hunter. Really great. Once again, voiced by Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
So how cool is that? Hellboy himself. Yeah, he goes after the turtles. Big fight. I mean, we even get a callback to Jaws, to the movie Jaws, when like Armagon was attacking a ship, and I don't remember who it said. Was it Mikey or someone? Is like, I think we're gonna need a bigger ship. Great. But they land on this abandoned space station, which was overtaken by some artificial intelligence. So like they have to work together with Armagon for a while so that they get out of this. But in the end, like they are able to get out, and Armagon's like to fight another day. He leaves to fight another day. So yeah. Cool introduction to Armagon. Really like his design with like his cyber suit. It's like a cyber shark inside another shark. It's crazy. Yeah, big fan of this interpretation, which where we also got a pretty cool toy out of, I gotta say.
Yeah, they just continue to knock it out of the park with this show, and this is one reason why I love always having you on, because when I relive these, it's always been better the second time around to relive these, which is usually hard to do with some things. You know, sometimes like, there's no, I don't know, life after when you're a kid, but this is, I really love this show, and I'll say it again, this is the best animation they've gotten for, in my opinion, the best season, because, and now I can't have this be the gateway to Ninja Turtles. It's still going to be the '87 season 1 because the colors, the headbands, the main story. But if you know Turtles like us, if I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're at least a 6 in the Ninja Turtle realm of characters and backstories, this season is for you, my guys. I mean, we're gonna get into the next episode here. It just keeps getting better and better, and I love the continuation with the Fujitoid as they're struggling to find these pieces. So feel free to take it away in the next one with a little riddle here.
Yeah, the riddle of the ancient eons, where the turtles and Fugitoid land on another ancient planet, where a piece of the black hole generator is, and they want to get it, and it was given into the care of like this ancient race called the Aeons, but they were corrupted by the piece because there's like they were not used to technology, so they were corrupted by it and turned into like this demon-like creatures. Once again, pretty creepy, pretty on the horror side. And yeah, the Triceratons are also there, or some Triceratons are also there trying to get the piece of the black hole generator. And so it's once again chaos, big fights, and in the end, the turtles, they are able to get the piece and turn the Aeons back into their normal, very angelic form. Pretty interesting to really feel like this ancient race, like this almost angel-like. It's pretty cool design there once again. And in the end, they not only get the piece of the black hole generator, but also April gets a piece of like this crystal that like was used to turn the Aeons back into the normal selves. And April gets a piece of the crystal, which is said to be very powerful to enhance her psychic powers. So that's gonna be a big part, a big story later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
April Jean Grey O'Neill pretty much going to be having a big role in the episodes to come, my dude. Again, let's have a little bit of fun here with Michelangelo in the next one.
Yeah, next episode is called Journey to the Center of Mikey's Mind. And once again, crazy episode, because in this episode, some nano, like the microscopic aliens called the neutrinos. Yes, this is the version of the neutrinos. Kind of weird to call them that, but it's okay. But they are able to like get inside Michelangelo's mind and to get get them out of Mikey's mind. The other turtles, they have to like get a psychic connection with Mikey, and they like, as the title suggests, they travel inside Mikey's mind, and from there on, it's just craziness. This is really such a crazy episode because we meet all these different personalities of Michelangelo. We see like this. What's inside Michelangelo's mind, like all the this, everything is in there, everything that like he thinks, like Ice Cream Kitty, and it's rainbows, and it's crazy, and it's really, you have to see it for yourself. It's really hard to describe because it's like inside the mind everything is possible, but with the help of like this little Mikey's kid side. Like we meet like this little kid Michelangelo in this world who's super cute. They are able to kick the neutrinos out of Michelangelo's mind, and he's fine again. And it's really a crazy episode, and really, it's like very fantastic. Really very. Um, they really put so much stuff in this episode and so much to see. It's as I said, you gotta really see it for yourself.
Now, as we know, I am a Michelangelo fan, always have been, and he never gave us Scream too much in the 87 show, but in the 2003 and 2012 series, these voice actors did a phenomenal job. Which Scream do you like better? For me, the 2003 one makes me laugh a little bit harder, but I also enjoy Greg Sipes' Scream too.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think I'm with you on this, on the same side with you, because I really remember Michelangelo's screaming in a 2003 when something really scared him. I just remember, like in an episode, I think it was the Garbage Man episode, when they were attacked, and Mikey was really screaming with this high-pitched scream. It's like, "Wah! Yes, I can scream like a girl," you know?
Exactly. That's exactly how I like it. Just like pretty much just like a little.
I immediately got it in my head.
Oh, man. Oh gosh. Well, the show continues here with Shellonomics. We got another one coming for you with. I thought it would have been a cameo of Carnage from Spider-Man, but not quite.
Yeah, even though the title of the episode is called "The Arena of Carnage," and well, here we have like this classic Triceraton. Gladiator style episode when the turtles are captured and they're like thrown into this Triceraton battle arena. They team up with another caught Triceraton, and they like have these battles in the arena while the others, like the April and Casey and the Future Toy, they try to get him out of there and get the piece of the black hole generator back that the Triceratons took. So really cool, once again, really cool action scenes. In the end, they're able to do so, like get everyone out again, but cool gladiator style. I thought it was kind of sad that that we did not meet this version's this universe's Traximus in this world, because I thought, okay, Gladiator, Traximus, it could have been him, but it wasn't, unfortunately. But overall, really cool episode, really cool action scenes. So yeah, if the turtles go to space and they run into Triceratons, sooner or later they land in a gladiator arena and have to fight for their lives. I think it's the law to do this.
I think we said it plenty of times here. We're probably sounding like broken records, but we just want any viewer here to appreciate the animation and the fight scenes in all of these episodes, because back in the day, and you'll see it actually in a couple, we won't talk about it, you'll see it in a couple episodes, they pay homage to our buddies, how they used to fight 20 plus years ago, but just it's just the motion is great, the weapons are used heavily here, and as you said, just every episode is there's I can't wait for more and more fighting, but my God, it's just insane how well done the animation is for this. And here comes another war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing, but we do have a war in Dimension X.
Yeah, here the turtles go to Dimension X to meet the Utrom Council, because they know where to find the next part of the black hole generator. And this is the episode where we get some more information about the Krang, about the Utrom, how they are connected. And as it turns out, the Utrom, they were the original ones. They're like, okay, we were Utroms, but then Krang Prime came in and took over the minds of some of the Utroms and turned them into Krang. So yeah, like the Utroms, they were all peace-loving, but we find out that one of them was not. That was Krang Prime, and yeah, took over the minds of them, of some Utroms, turned them into Krang, built his own army, and yeah, and what else? Yeah, so of course the Krang, they attack once again. Krang Subprime is there, big fight. Bishop is there, that we met before, and yeah, the other Utrom councils. What is it? Queen, Rook, Bishop, and Pawn.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's this, as the title suggests, there's a war. Utroms versus Krang, turtles in the middle of it. It's really crazy. And yeah, in the end, the Krang are defeated for now. Krang Subprime is defeated. And the the Utroms tell the turtles where to find, to which planet they have to go to find the next piece of the black hole generator.
How do you like Fujitoid so far in his character development?
Oh, he's very interesting because we see that he's a good guy, voiced by David Tennant, fantastic voice, and he's so cool. He's super smart, but on the other hand, he can also be so funny. And I mean, we know by this time we know how he got turned into the future droid. It was a normal scientist, and his mind got transferred into this robot body. But it's like there's always some mystery behind him. It's like, okay, there's something more that we gonna learn about later. So yeah, big fan of this version of Future Droid, gotta say.
Me too. He's got that, smarts, but he also has a little bit of Serling kind of, just like the Sark. He can play right back into the comedy of the Turtles. So we're really well-written character. Yeah. And like you said, all the chess pieces, I thought that was another great job by the writing team. It's like, hey, we all love Bishop. Let's just throw in all the chess pieces here. So, oh, man, it's coming. It's coming. We got one more, and then I'm going to put a cap on the episode number 10 because I don't want, otherwise we can make the whole show be about that one episode. But coming up next, number 9.
Number 9 is called the Cosmic Ocean, and their turtles, they fly to this ocean planet where the next part of the black hole generator is, and they meet this this mer people who are living there, and the leader is Hidalra, something like this. By the way, voiced by Lucy Lawless, the original Xena, the warrior princess.
Oh,
pretty
wow.
cool. Yeah, and the turtles have to meet this, or they have to confront this gigantic underwater alien creature to prove themselves worthy of the beast. But when Lord Drag and Armagon appear, they want to have the part of the black hole generator for themselves. The turtles help them fighting them, and so they prove themselves to be the good guys. Hey, we helped you, and so they get the next part of the black hole generator from them. And gotta say, funniest and most clever part of this episode is when they first flew into the underwater planet, and they're like, okay, we have to be careful, and Future Droid says something along the lines, no problem, I will get you all through this electric weed in like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Which is such a great callback to the classic NES TMNT video games.
Yes.
When they're in the second level with the electric seaweed, and you had 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get all the bombs. Fantastic. This is so smart. I love it.
Yeah, most of us, when we were kids, I do stream on Twitch, we talk about it. That was the final level for most of us as kids, because everything else just got super, super hard. If you beat that level, you were a pro gamer. Oh, boy. All right, and here it comes. Here we go. Man of my word, I'm going to put a 10-minute cap on this because I am just so excited for this. I called all my friends. I went to no joke, at least 3 different people's houses that are all buddies of the old Turtles. It's so well written. I'll let you break it down first and then share my thoughts. But, dude, what were your opening thoughts when you saw this episode was going to happen?
This is such a fantastic episode. Trans-dimensional turtles. The turtles from the 2012 universe, they get transported to the universe of the 1987 cartoon, and they really did it. 2012 show is in 3D CGI animated. They get transported to the classic 87 universe. Suddenly, they are in 2D, and this is just like this pits. It's great. Then they meet the classic cartoon turtles, all of them voiced by their classic cartoon voice actors, and they have to work together to jump through the dimensions to stop Krang, who kind of like in Turtles Forever, wants to destroy the universes, working together with Krang Subprime, who is apparently his cousin. And so they jump in the classic cartoon universe, they jump back to Earth on the 2012 show. They jump even into the black and white comics, which is also like shown through panels, and it's just the art style, all of these different art styles. They really did put everything in there, and just, I mean, even one gag of this is so great when like 2012 Donatello and classic cartoon Raphael meet, and they say, hey, what's up with the poser? And what's up with your voice? You sound so weird. And they are both voiced by Rob Paulsen. It's so, like, all these meta gags. I'm such a big fan of this. I love it. It's such a good episode. And there's only one thing I gotta say that I really think is bad in this episode, and that it's only one episode. They could have made it like two-parter or like a longer episode, anything like this. I would have loved it to see more of this. Come on, take it away. It's just great. It's your turn, please.
Sure. Well, that's the one thing I had to say too. It's like it's a 9.9 out of 10 because at the end we see Tiger Claw. And we're like, oh my God, this is gonna be awesome. One of my favorite bad guys from this series is gonna fight the OG Turtles, and it never happened. Spoiler: it just never. There's something that happens in season 5, but nothing that we thought was gonna be like that. The ending of the episode's kind of like what they show in a previous episode, that just little minute. That was one we watched from last season. If you guys missed that podcast episode, be sure to check it out. So for me, you hear the music. Now, they didn't have the rights to the original Fred Wolf song, but you hear the music. You see them with the eyes almost like the 2003, because you don't see their eyeballs when they first come up. The music's there. I still got chills watching this a couple days ago as I tagged you in our Instagram post, and then you see the big smile. And I'm like, those are my boys. The animation, how hard were you laughing with the fight scene with Krang, with Leonardo holding his swords and just kind of walking around? That part I thought was hilarious. Yeah. We all know they would have had Shredder back for sure if, rest in peace, James Avery, but they got Pat Fraley back from Krang here. Like you say, what is there to hate? This was what, for me, I think Turtles Forever could have been. I still love Turtles Forever, and I think they used that as inspiration behind this. It's very impressive, like you said, that they got this all done in about a 30-minute episode. We get the explanation of Krang, why he was banished from the 87 series because it was Krang's subprime. Hearing Gilbert Gottfried diss Krang, you're a moron! Just great. The Megan Fox Easter egg joke. No, it's Megan Fox and the smart aleck comment there. I mean, like you say, how do you pick just one spot? Raphael's fighting. He does the gimme a break and throws the pizza like he does in the original cartoon. I mean, the fighting from the Turtles is great. They all want to go for pizza. And they're like, we're ninjas. You can't do that. Another one. How hard were you laughing when Seth Green's Leonardo says, enough with the turtle power?
Yeah. And one thing I got to say, a little note here, is that in the German dub, even there, they took the extra mile and got three of the four voice actors back.
Oh my God, I was going to ask you that just now.
Just Leonardo is a different one because the Leonardo voice actor retired, but the other three, Mikey, Raph, and Donnie, they brought the classic cartoon voice actors back. They really went the extra mile, and this just, thank you. Chef's kiss.
Absolutely. I swear I was going to ask that, but you're like, no, come on, Mike, there's no way they did that. And it's really cool you actually pointed it out on your own. Yeah. And they even made spin-offs of this too. If you ever go on, there's a mobile game from, I can't think of the name right now, Chris, but there's a mobile game that's on Steam, and it has Krang Subprime in there, so that's kind of a little spin-off. There's a Flash game that's on a website. I forget what you know what it's called.
The Portal Power was that.
Yep, that's the one. And then there's actually a Flash game that I streamed on YouTube. If you haven't seen it or if you haven't played it, I could try and find it for you. Where you actually fight as the OG Turtles and you fight Krang, and it's like in a 2012 version. If you haven't seen it, I'll gladly show you the video. It's a Flash game that I think was on Nick's. Okay. Yeah, and it actually had the voice of Krang in there. It's a little repetitive, but for its worth, it's free and it's a must play for any OG Turtle fan. it's really hard to pick. And plus, it was cool because they got to see Splinter because they're continuing the story of season 4 together too. The last time we saw Splinter, he thought he was gone. He got stabbed, and they see him. And I don't know why this one makes me laugh all the time, but just hearing the Cam Clark Leonardo, wow, your Splinter is strict and tall too. He says it in such a high pitched voice that I'm dying every time I hear that. So. Oh, yeah, there's really nothing bad about this. Turtle Sub Prime was great. I thought it was so cool. All the old voices were there. I'm sure it had to be weird for them calling each other like, hey, look out, Michelangelo. You know, just saying their own words. The Booyakashas are in there. Yeah, there's the only thing that, like we both say, we're slightly disappointed was you see Tiger Claw erupt and nothing ever happened with that. But if you guys stick around, you might hear something about these guys coming back in season 5. Oh yeah. Boy. Well, my good man, feel free to take it away with our next episode.
Next episode, back to our classic Turtles, Revenge of the Triceratons. In this episode, well, the Triceratons, they attack the spaceship with some... it's like TMNT meet the Gremlins, because we have these little space gremlins that are causing havoc in the spaceship, so the turtles have to fight them off as the Triceratons try to get the pieces from the turtles. All the while, Fugitoid was destroyed, and Donatello tries to bring him back, but he feels like inferior to Honeycutt. Because he's super smart, you're like a computer in yourself, and Donatello is like, I thought that I was smart, but I don't think I can do this. In the end, he's able to pull through. He brings the Fugitoid back. They fight off the creatures, fight off the Triceratons, able to get away from them. And yeah, just a little part. I love the Gremlins movies. So to see space gremlins versus turtles, this was just so much fun. Cool episode once again.
You knew they were going to do this eventually, right? Well, again, maybe even homage to the 87 series with the Gribbix that you pointed out to me years ago. I never even thought of that resemblance of the Gribbix with the Gremlin. And like you say, they've loved horror stories ever since they've had their hands on this show. Whatchamacallit, there is one cool thing I want to say about the next episode that I just found out, thank you to Wikipedia, is Mona Lisa is voiced by Zelda Williams, who is the daughter of Robin Williams. And we all know Robin Williams was a fan of the Turtles because if you ever see a Judith Hoad podcast, when she was filming the movie, Robin Williams gave her permission to go because he knows who they were. Remember that?
Yeah, I noticed. They were working together on the movie Cadillac Man. And then Judith Hoag got the invite to do the TMNT movie, and she didn't know anything about it. But then Roy Williams came in hey, come on, I know that I read the comics. You have to do this. He was responsible that we got Judith Hoag for the movie. So there's a connection here. And yes, as you said, now Zelda Williams, his daughter, is the voice of Mona Lisa. So it all comes full circle. It's cool.
It's just such a wonderful, again, gotta love Ninja Turtles. Gotta love them. The show goes on here with our next episode. We still got a lot more to cover, dude. I hope you got enough energy. I don't drink Monsters, but if you need one for this one, I totally get it.
Yeah, we're putting it through, as always. Next episode, The Evil of Drag. Yep, the Turtles, they get a call from Mona Lisa for help because they were caught by a drag. So the Turtles go to his home planet, like this insect planet, really yucky, gotta say. I'm not a big fan of spiders and stuff like that. Anyway, Turtles go there. And it turns out that it was a trick to lure the turtles there, to catch them. And Raph immediately loses his mojo. It's like, Mona Lisa betrayed me. She does not like me anymore. But they did not have a chance because their home planet was under attack of Drag, and he would have destroyed the Salamandrians if they would not cooperate. And then Raph finds that out, and so he's back, and they fight off Drag and Armagon together. So yeah, that's pretty much it. An adventure on the insect planet.
Yeah, so it's funny. So you like the spooks, but spiders is where you draw the line. Well noted.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, and how did you like them actually throwing Lord Dreg into the show? I thought it was great because we never heard of this guy for years.
Yeah, since the classic cartoon, he was never mentioned again. And as the 2012 show does, they reinterpreted him and they put him into this show to make him work. And I really think he's really interesting, really cool. Um, there's one thing in this episode when Raphael fights him and like his head flies off and it shows like a robotic head underneath. And I was never sure, is now Drake is like part robot? Is he like an insect alien? Is he part robot? Is he both? I was really confused by it. But the whole thing, I really like Drake's design, like this insect-like creature. Really like this design, cool interpretation of him. Well, good new Drake.
Yeah, no, I agree all the way. And now we go into, I believe, unlucky number 13 in season 4.
The ever burning fire. Well, in this episode, the turtles go to like this fire lava planet where the last part of the black hole generator is, and there they first off run into like a little alien turtle baby that Raphael immediately adapts and calls it Chompy Picasso. But like Chompy's mother has something against it, which is this like gigantic alien turtle called Tokka. Yes, that's this universe's Tokka. No connection to Raza or anything, just now a completely other thing. And well, they almost get destroyed by it. They're able to escape with the part of the black hole and with Chompy. But in the end, the Triceratons, they are able to get their hands on all three parts. So it feels like it was all for nothing. And the Triceratons on the turtles, they are on their way to Earth to stop the Triceratons once and for all. Yeah, so Raph got a new pet. A fire-breathing alien baby turtle.
Who has nasty farts too, apparently, according to Raphael with the fight. Must have eaten too much hot stuff. But next episode here, Earth Last Stand, you'll be breaking it down, but I just had to say right here, they shocked me here again. It's got to be hard to do, because you're writing to kids, but it's not as predictable as you think how these plots twist and turn. They got me on this one with Earth's Last Stand.
Yeah, this is like the finale of the space arc, but there's so much happening in this episode. Like the turtles go to Earth to stop the Triceratons once and for all. And as it turns out, the Fugitoid, Professor Honeycutt, has his own little backstory. As it turns out that he was the creator of the black hole generator. He built it. And so like turtles are not sure, can we really trust him anymore? And so they fight the Triceratons, everyone's there. And at first it seems like everything is turning out the way it did before again. But like Splinter is not stabbed by Shredder in the last minutes. At first it was like, will it happen again? Does this have to happen? But Splinter is able to stop Shredder and beats him up really good. And in the end, the Fugitoid is like, hey, I'm sorry that I did not tell you all the truth, but I did not want this to happen. So he is like the one who flies with his spaceship into the Triceraton spaceship, destroying it, destroying the black hole generator, and destroying himself. But there's one last scene. So this is the end. Earth is safe. The Triceratons, black hole generator is destroyed. Everything's cool. Shredder is defeated for now. But in the last moment, we see that the destroyed body of the Fugitoid is flying in space, and his head lights up like there's still some energy in him. Unfortunately, there was never anything happening with him there. We don't see the Fugitoid again in the show, but so apparently he's still out there in space, maybe. we will find him again in the future. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully. What I meant when they got me was because I could be wrong, but I want to say I think I heard that the Turtles, when they got on this Fujitoid, spacecraft, they got to go 6 months back. So they had a chance to kind of fix everything since everything was gone. And I thought for sure they were going to say, like, nature has to run its course. I thought they were going to have to let Splinter go there, but when he came back and he caught that claw, dude, that's one of my top 10 moments in this whole series. Just when he's like, what are you doing? And counters it. That's where I thought they got me there. I thought he was going to go again. I'm like, no, but he survived. So GG's to Splinter. And now we get we sound like broken records here, guys, but another great episode with just action. And we've got another one with fantastic action in City at War.
Yeah, this is like an episode with a classic turtle title, City at War. And yeah, so after the whole space story, after the Triceraton invasion was stopped, April becomes a full Kunoichi. So now she's a full female ninja, part of the team. She's really able to fight for herself. And the turtles, they run into Karai, who is no longer under the control of the Shredder because at the end of last season, the brain worm was gone. She's no longer controlled by Shredder. And she tries to rebuild the Foot Clan as a force for good. And she teamed up with an old friend from Japan called Shinigami, who is like this ninja witch. Pretty cool new character that we haven't seen before. Really interesting character there. And she wants to attack Shredder, like stop Shredder's like criminal empire, destroy all his the money that he has and the weapons, like destroy his weapons and that are hidden throughout the city. So they run into Shredder's goons and they have a big fight there. And in the end, we see that Shredder is really hurt from the last time that Splinter fought with him. He's really hurt and he's getting healed by Baxter Stockman through some mutagen infusions, because that's always a good idea. And yeah, that's where we are right now.
Yeah, bum, it's going to be coming again. Just beautiful story building here. This is the one thing, again, that I think they had to, I want to say that whoever was, who wrote this show, like you say, it had to be maybe close to our age or to love the old show, but they took a lot of notes from what worked in the 2003 series, because just the continuation just works. And now it's time to get something broken here and Broken Foot.
Yeah, this episode, Leonardo turns a little bit into Dark Leonardo because he's working together with Karai and Shinigami, hidden from the other turtles, to stop Shredder's criminal empire. And yeah, so they do that. There once again big fights. The other turtles find out about this. They confront Leonardo about it, and during all this, Donatello gets gravely hurt as they are attacking this foot soldier factory. And so now they realize, okay, this is maybe a little bit too risky, the whole thing. So Karai is okay, maybe we have to go after Shredder himself. So okay, is this the next step? So yeah, I really liked Leonardo's mysterious ninja costume with the black bandana and stuff like that, like a callback to Dark Leo when he was under control of the Foot Clan in the IDW comics. Maybe. And there's even a mention here that Raphael once wanted to be a vigilante called the Night Watcher, like a callback to the 2007 movie. Just like this meta Easter eggs, always a big fan of that.
God.
Pretty cool.
And speaking of Easter eggs, the next one, just for us gamers, I'm sure you'll talk about here with Mr. Thuggernaut in the Insecta Trifecta.
Oh boy. Yeah, once again with the insects. Oh, creepy
Yeah,
buggy
good.
style. Yeah, Baxter thinks that he needs some help. He needs some underlings for himself. So he creates some new mutant minions, Scumbag and Anthrax. Scumbag, like this bug creature, and Anthrax is this ant mutant. And yeah, Rev once again has a problem with it. He's afraid of bugs, and it's causes him to well, like get some hallucinations and like going crazy. Like, I don't want to fight this. I cannot fight this. His fear gets the best of him, but he has to overcome it. And because April and Casey, Leo and Karai, um, they're all caught by Baxter and the mutants, and so they have to work together to stop them, to fight them, to defeat them. Um, and there's even in this episode, there's one of the most, I gotta say, most disgusting scenes in the whole show when Rev is hallucinating because he's getting attacked by the bug mutants. He's hallucinating that Mona Lisa suddenly appears in front of me, like, Raphael, come here, and they start kissing. But in reality, he's kissing like Anthrax, the ant mutant, and it's
Yeah.
it's kind of like in Mutant Mayhem when a Splinter was kissing Scumbag. It's like, I'm not so sure about this, but you do you. So yeah, bug mutant episode. Okay.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. I just want to ask you, how did you like how Baxter Stockman is still working for Shredder so far? You know, in 2003, he pretty much got trashed, but Shredder keeps him around.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it works for the character. He's well because of course he's totally intimidated by Shredder, and he's like kept under control by the other mutants. I mean, he cannot fight the others like Tiger Claw, Bebop, Rocksteady. He's no match for them. So he's like, okay, I better do what Shredder tells me, so I can live another day. And yeah, for this version of Baxter, as we said before, because in 2003 cartoon he was like this very arrogant, very I'm the smartest person in the room kind of guy. And here he also thinks that he's the smartest one, but he's very like very scared of like, oh, better don't cause any trouble. So it works here because, well, he he doesn't have any other chance, because if he like rebels against Shredder, he's gonna get into trouble, and he does not want this.
Yeah, exactly. And just for fun, because they just love doing all these parodies, right when the episode starts of Insecta Trifecta, it's almost like they're playing a Double Dragon Nintendo video game parody. So I had to mention that for all the streamers. I love that spot. They just, and everything they do usually works. You know, sometimes you get a joke like the dad joke when your buddy tells you a joke and you're like, ha 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 ha. These all work though for me. I've loved them all, and they're classics. They're just tons and tons of laughs. We're getting to some really hardcore parodies in another episode after we talk about Mutant Gangland.
Yeah, in this episode, there's this gangster boss called Don Viziosi that we have met in last season. He's like this very big, very fat Italian gangster, and he goes after mutants because he wants to take over the city. And he goes after mutants. He got some anti-mutant weapons, and yeah, like all the mutants, like the mutanimals, they and the turtles, they team up to fight against them. And Mondo Gecko and Donnie, they are captured, and they like want to cut them up. And the other mutants, they have to fight them and to get them out of there. And they even have to confront like this new super strong guy in Vizioso's gang called the Hammer, who is like this big guy. He's Stallone. He's Sylvester Stallone. He totally looks like Sylvester Stallone. Like Bradford was Chuck Norris. Now we got Sylvester Stallone.
Yep. And we have Bruce Lee too.
They fight them. Yeah.
we got all the ninjas here.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, but in the end, Donnie and Mondogeku are saved, and Don Vizioso and his gang are defeated. So that's the end of that.
What I love too is just the life lessons they teach in this show too. It's not always say no to drugs. Like they talk about anger issues in here and just how it can hurt one another. And it's just like to not hold on to that anger and grief. Like if you got a buddy and you have a little fight, tell him you love him and shake it off as best you can. Just another good life lesson here from Splinter. So just like the '87 show, you learn a lot of good stuff here, kids. It's like those you remember the '80s cartoons? What was it? I think He-Man and Captain Planet. Like they always had those like kid messages at the end of shows. So I like how they throw them inside the episode. It's not like anything extra. So. Oh, this is another reason why I just love season 4. We give one of the greatest parodies of any cartoon of all time here in Bat in the Belfry.
Oh boy, that episode is so. Yeah, Donnie is doing some experiments with April's crystal, and we see like over the last few episodes, because April got this Eon crystal, and with it she can like enhance her psychic powers. But it also like she becomes more and more obsessed with it. She's like, I will not let go of this. Go away when someone is. She's like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Like, it's my precious. And as Donnie is doing some experiments with it, it's like it causes some kind of magic to bring comic book characters to life. Some of Michelangelo's comic books, which are Wingnut and Screwloose, who are this universe's like Batman and Robin guys, and they even talk like the like from Batman 66, like, oh, watch out, old chump, this gonna be a problem. And yeah, they come to life, and like, of course, Mikey is really happy about like, oh, my comic book heroes, they are alive. And until they find out they are just created from comic books, and they get their hands on the crystal themselves, which like further like mutates them into like monstrous versions of Wingnut and Screwloose. So they have to fight them off, which they are able to do, and they're like get turned back into comic books, and they get the crystal back. So April gets her crystal back, which makes her very happy. So yeah, once again, another new interpretation of classic characters, Wingnut and Screwloose. Like they are like Batman and Robin in this universe, and it works. It's really different, but it's really funny with all the like this callbacks to Batman, like the sound effects that are shown, like bam, boom, when they're fighting bad guys, stuff like that. As I grew up as a kid with I was watching the Batman 66 show, and I was big fan of it. This is like this brings back memories of that time. Yeah.
Oh, just good. I mean, they make it so obvious too with the logo and everything, but it just works. And it's almost like those Guardians of the Galaxy movies from James Gunn. Just it has great action, great storyline, and the humor is very well timed, because there is times for seriousness too. And that's what a good story does. It gets you all the emotions: laughter, anger, joy, sadness, just all of them. And okay, it's time to get serious now, guys. All the jokes are over here. It's time for the Super Shredder in the 2012 series. Oof.
Yeah. As I mentioned before, Shredder was getting healed with some mutagen, and yeah, so he's now back, and he mutated himself and became the Super Shredder. And he now wants to go after like the Turtles, wants to go after Splinter to finish them once and for all. And he's like this big hulking Super Shredder monster. Yeah. He captures Karai and challenges Splinter, and the Turtles and April, they get confronted by Tiger Claw, Raza, and Fishface, and they have like this big fight in the underground, like under the city. And in the end, like Splinter and Shredder, they are fighting. It's really crazy, and together they like fall down into into this cave below, like I don't know, 1,000 feet or something. They fall down into the abyss below, and nobody knows, did they survive? Are they now both dead? And it's really like, okay, what happens next? I want to know now. It's like, whoa, really crazy. As you said, the jokes are over. Super Shredder is no joke. He's a beast, and he's really crazy, and he's really even more obsessed with revenge. This crazy is just sorry that I gotta say it that way, but he's a psycho.
Yeah, and that's what I really enjoy about this show, is because it's similar to the 2003 Shredder, where he's all serious. And he's so psychotic in his mind with what he's made up about Karai. Like you said in previous episodes here on Shellonomics, he is just evil, and that's what I love about it, is because we get a character that we can hate, and it's okay to hate. They continue and continue. Splinter and Karai continue to try to get the good out of him. They try, and there is just no release of any good intentions anywhere. It's always disgusting, despicable, and that's what a good villain is. You get Magneto in X-Men, who's got his ways, who can be a good guy, some other anti-heroes, but just Shredder is just pure evil, and I love that they stuck with that and they didn't change him. Even Karai says, now you've become everything you loathe, everything you hate, just to get revenge. I mean, he pretty much sold his soul to the devil to get revenge on Splinter and the Turtles, and even though it's not a two-parter, I kind of feel it is with Darkest Plight.
Yeah, absolutely. Which starts where the last episode ended. Donnie, Mikey, Rev, and Casey, they try to get below, into this abyss to find Splinter, to find out what happened to Splinter. And yeah, Bio and Rocksteady are also there. And all the while, Leonardo, Karai, and April, they have to... they get confronted by Super Shredder, so they have this big fight there, which in the end, April uses her powers to throw a whole what was it, whole truck at Shredder to stop him for now, but at the other on the other side, the Turtles, they try to get to Splinter, and we see what happened, because Splinter really fell down. He was really hurt. He survived, but he was really hurt, and he's confronted by none other than the Red King, because this is the place where Splinter and the Red King last fought, and Red King fell down into this abyss, into this cave, and he's like, haha, I'm still here, and he tortures Splinter, and in the end, it turns out that he was never really there. He is dead. Splinter finds his dead body. As you know, kids show, yeah. There's a dead body there. And which is like a callback to Splinter's story from the City at War comics. Great. In the end, the Turtles are able to find Splinter. They bring him back. But yeah, Shredder is still there, and he's like, I need more mutation up. I need to become more of this creature, become even more Super Shredder to finally defeat my enemies. And yeah, he's still out there.
And they just and Karai just continued to try and find a weak spot, and he's like, I want no weak spots, pretty much. So yeah, those are just two well written episodes there. I gotta say, those are two awesome ones, and just the battling too, with everybody fighting. Again, just the action in this series is great in every episode. I can't really say that I felt ever bored. I was always engaged in these. I never really look at my phone and say, oh, what's going on in Facebook and Twitter world. I'm glued to the TV for these episodes here. And even another one that's good with the Power Insider, with a huge shocker.
Oh yeah, this episode is all about April. Because her powers, her psionic abilities, they get stronger and stronger thanks to the crystal that she has. As it turns out that there's this spirit of an old Eon inside the crystal, which is like corrupting April, like turning her more and more powerful, but also more and more aggressive and even evil. She like goes after some guys and throws them around, and the turtles that have to try to stop her, like, "Hey, April, this is not you. You are not evil." And which brings us to the big shocker, where once again, like this show does, when the first time I saw this, like, how does it come back from dead? Because like Donatello confronts her, and April with her powers like zaps Donatello from existence. She like really destroys him. He's like poof and gone. I was like, wait a minute, This does this really happen? It was like crazy. But as the other turtles there confront April, like, you did this to Donatello, you destroyed him, you killed him. And she, like, really, in the end, she is able to come back and destroys the crystal, and is able to use her psychic powers to get, like, all the particles and the pieces of Donatello back together and brings him back to life. Like, whew, that was a close one. And so, yeah, April now loses the crystal, but she says that her powers, they got more stronger, and really crazy. Just for the moment when Donatello gets zapped away and like gets destroyed, I was really like, okay, so what next? Crazy story. Great episode.
Yeah, just the hits just keep on coming. And we have a huge, we're trying to find out, are they ever going to be able to stop Super Shredder, who is, like you said, obsessed with getting stronger and stronger. And Stockman continues to tell him, it's not stable yet. It's just not good for you. But he wants it. It's pretty much like somebody who's addicted to sugar, except this is a way worse than sugar addiction. Coming up next, though, we got another return of a friend who was made their debut here with Toka coming back.
Yeah, next episode, Toka versus the world. And yeah, Toka, the gigantic kaiju turtle, comes to Earth, and she wants her baby back. She wants Chompy back. And so she's stomping through the city like Galactus style, stomping through New York City, causing chaos, causing destruction. Turtles try to stop it. And Bishop is also there with the Earth Protection Force. They are fighting her, but they don't really stand a chance. So Raphael, in the end, he has to confront Toka and give Chompy back to her. But we see that Chompy really loves Raphael, and Toka sees this and gives Chompy to Raphael to take care of him. Even though Raphael knows that Chompy is now a little baby turtle, but he will grow and he will become like this gigantic kaiju monster sooner or later. And that will be like, then he will have to let him go, like get him back into space. But for now, he is in Raphael's care. And yeah, so nice little happy end, very, very heartful story there. Like Raphael really loves his little baby turtle, really cute. And Toka leaves Earth, and yeah, for now, that's the end of that story.
Yep, another great one indeed. And it was always cool to have Raphael with little pets, because it's like they always make him like a hard ass and a badass who has no feelings and no emotions. But when the doors are closed, he cares just as much as all the others.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, coming up next, my favorite character from this show in regards to the bad guys gets his own like standout episode, and I thought this one was great with a huge surprise.
Yeah, the Tale of Tiger Claw. This is the episode where we finally find out who cut off Tiger Claw's tail, because he's a female fox mutant called Alobax, appears in New York City, and she goes after Tiger Claw. She has like she stole these cursed blades, and she goes after Tiger Claw because she wants revenge on him, because she blames Tiger Claw, who we also find out that his real name is Takeshi. And because she blames him for her mutation, and it turns out that she is Tiger Claw's sister, who was also experimented on by the Krang, just like Tiger Claw was. She was the one who took his tail when they broke up, and now she's back after him, and they fight, and the turtles get caught in this, like because Casey gets cut by these cursed blades, and then he has very bad luck, like he almost gets killed. So the turtles have to go after Alopex because the blades, they have to be destroyed, so the curse is lifted, and Casey does not get killed. And that happens, everything fine there. But in the last moment, Alopex confronts Tiger Claw, and she's like, okay, I let you go, I'm out of here. But as Tiger Claw tries to attack her from behind, she's faster than him and cuts off Tiger Claw's right arm. I'm not kidding there. We see a sliced off arm in this episode. And then she leaves. Now Tiger Claw is missing an arm. That really happened. Once again, big shocker that I did not see coming.
Yeah. It's almost like, again, this was before Saturday Morning Adventures, but do you get that kind of vibe too, Christian, where they just love pulling in turtles from every universe into this show? IDW, original cartoon, toy line. We're going to have some movie references coming up next. Does it give you that kind of a resemblance too, how they just throw everybody in there and it works?
Yeah, totally. Just with Alopex, because Alopex was an original character from the IDW comics, and they brought her in this universe, which really surprised me because the IDW TMNT comics were pretty fresh back then. They as you said, put callbacks from 2003, from the '87 cartoon, from movies, and so on and so forth. But for IDW, that was a big surprise, and they're really able to make it all work, to really feel organic in this universe. So yeah, as I said, you really get the feeling that people behind this show, Ciro Nieli and his team, they were fans of the TMNT. They wanted to do the best show that they could, and they really delivered. They really did their best that they could, and it's a big fan of this show. It's just one of the best, I gotta say.
And we've got 2 more episodes still to come. With one, we can get one little joke in here though, because there is a funny Easter egg here for the OG Ninja Turtle fans that happens thanks to the Chris Bradford TV show. But after that, then we can get back to being serious, right, Christian?
Oh boy, yes. We're nearing the season finale here, with episode 25, which is called Requiem. And in this, Super Shredder is back, and he's once again ready to get revenge. And he attacks the Mutanimals base at first, where Karai is also hanging out currently. The whole Mutanimals, they are no match for him. Like, Super Shredder destroys them all, defeats them all, knocks them all out. But as Shredder and his goons, they split up, the turtles also have to split up to, like, one part goes after the bad guys, and one of the others go after Shredder. And so what is it? Splinter, Raphael, Casey, April, and Slash, they go after Super Shredder. And the others, Turtles and Leatherhead, they go after Shredder's henchmen. And just one first shocker is here that Leatherhead is fighting Razar, and they are both falling into the water, and Razar drowns here. We really see he does not come up after the fight with Leatherhead. He drowns. He's dead. So, like, okay, big shocker there. But then Super Shredder gets confronted on a rooftop, big fight there. And at first it seems like, the good guys have won. Shredder fell off the rooftop, but he did not. He goes after Splinter, he attacks Splinter, and stabs Splinter once again through the heart, killing him once and for all, throws him off the rooftop, And this brings us to like this moment where April, with her powers, throws Shredder off the rooftop. Shredder falls into the garbage truck, like in the 1990 movie. And like there's a scene where Casey like pulls the trigger to crush Shredder. And as you remember, in the 90 movies, it was like this kind of funny from Casey, like, oops. And here we have Casey, in all seriousness, pulling the trigger to crush Shredder, and he's like, "Oops!" Like, no fun in there or anything. And really, but Shredder is not. He's not. He's out of the picture now, but he's not defeated. But Splinter is dead. Really, he really dies there. And it gets me every time. Every time when I see this episode, it gets me. Just the moment where the turtles are next to Splinter's lifeless body, and Michelangelo is there crying, and he's like, "Papa," and it breaks my heart every time.
Yeah.
And how can you do this to me?
Yeah.
Every time, it's really, dude. This show, it got all the emotional beats. It's heartbreaker.
Yeah, and just like you said, I mean, you know, if we did this head-to-head, who's on top? It's Shredder. Shredder has beaten Splinter in just about every season ending here. Season 2, Season 3, and now Season 4. He finally gets him in Endgame. I'm really going to miss this Splinter. It was very sad to see all the turtles with like the flashing before their eyes pretty much, where Happy Mutation Day from the first episode to just Splinter hugging everybody. And yeah, it's a shocker. I mean, it was like, how, and I'm sure you're like, it's like, sometimes if you talk to that girl or guy you used to like, and it's like, how could you break my heart again? Because we just had this last season with Splinter dying. It's like, yes, he dodged the claw stab earlier in this season, but he still goes down. He kind of foreshadows his death when he talks to Leonardo about being the leader, and Leo's like, what are you talking about? You're not sick. But that happens. And just beside just two other cool Easter eggs. Again, this is why I encourage anybody who was a fan and grew up with the 87 series to just give this a watch, because if you like the original cartoon and the Chris Bradford tapes, for some random reason, I don't know how much Kool-Aid or Pixie Sticks these guys are having while writing this, the Carter mutation is in the episode, and the Chris Bradford guy kicks him off the building. It's like, and that's kind of how most people felt with that mutation anyways. It's like, what the hell is this? And he just knocks him right off. And then, of course, the Wolf Hotel. Another little Easter egg to our buddies Fred Wolf. So, just we still have one more to go, Christian. I hope you can endure, man. It's I think you can endure now, because we're like, we gotta find out what happens now. Super Shredder is reigning supreme. Splinter is gone. And the other thing I wanted to point out too with these fights, guys, that we're not really given too much detail, because again, Christian is very talented at doing these one by one. I hope if you guys stick around, we're gonna share his channel where you can listen to episode breakdowns one at a time. We got to give credit to the writers, and again with the fighting, because we don't really talk about the gauntlets that are going to happen and have happened. Fish Face, Razar, Bebop, and Rocksteady. In the show I grew up with, they were down in 10 seconds. These guys made it like you could believe that they were still going to take the turtles down. Wouldn't you agree? Like when Tiger Claw fights these guys in the final episode, Tiger Claw, in my opinion, does the best out of all of them. He did better than Super Shredder. So, feel free to take it away, my dude. I can't wait to hear your the breakdown and then your opinion on the final. Because to me, this could have been the series ending, but they must have had a contract because they were doing so good. They got one more year out of it, but take it away, my dude.
Oh boy. Yeah, final episode of the season, which is called Owari, which means the end in Japanese. And yeah, the Splinter is buried at the O'Neill farm, and the turtles, they're like, okay, this is not over. We have to finish Shredder once and for all. So they find Shredder's hideout, and they fight through all the bad guys before. As you said, there's really characters like Tiger Claw and Fish Face and so on and so forth. They are always they are not like knocked out with a pizza to the face.
Yes.
They always cause trouble. They always have to really give their best to defeat them. They're always a big problem. And here we have the same. They they go through the fight of Fish Face first, then they go after Tiger Claw, who has now like this robotic hand, where Alopex cut it off. And once again, big fight there until they are on top of the building and they are confronting Super Shredder. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot. They even confront Baxter Stockman and use some retro mutagen to turn him back into a human. Which is, by the way, this is the last time that we see Baxter Stockman in the show. He's turned back into the human and runs off. Kind of funny because he's like, why did you demutate me? I liked it being a fly. Yeah, but in the end, on top of the roof, the turtles confront Super Shredder, and once again, the fighting, the animation in this is so great. It's like there's a fire breaking out, and it's like crazy. It's so good, and in the end, Leonardo is the one, just like in the classic comics, like in Return to New York. He's the one who jumps at Shredder and uses katana to finally defeat him, like decapitate him, finally destroys Shredder. And yeah, so it is over. Shredder is finished. It's done. And yeah, Turtles are victorious. But who knows what the future will bring? Their father is gone. They're alone now. But yeah, Shredder is defeated. The Foot Clan is no more. That part of the story is over. And as you said, this could have been the series finale. But you get one more season, which, in my opinion, also works because it ties up some loose ends that we still have. Like the main story is over, so next season, I gotta say, is called Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because there are like some tales that are just stories that are still told. There are like some loose ends that are tied up. But yeah, if this was the series finale, I would have said, okay, it works. It totally works. The main story is over now. And what a finale that was. It's like a roller coaster of emotions. And dude, got nothing else to say.
Yeah, I think roller coaster is probably the best word to describe this entire season. This is why I said it when we started this about an hour and a half almost before we went live. I said it a couple times here. This is my favorite season of any Ninja Turtles. What are you missing here? You get humor. If you want to watch a couple to make you laugh, you got that. You want to feel joy, you can feel joy. You want to go back in time, you get the original Turtles. You want a story that's going to compel you in animation, you get it right here. I mean, and even again in the final few minutes, Leo is still trying to talk Shredder out of doing this. They're still trying to find good in him. He's been kicking their ass for 4 years, and they still try. But Shredder's like, I am not showing you any signs of weakness here. And he's like, okay. So like you said, the comics, the 2003 season 2 season finale, all right, you're getting decapitated, and that's it. So what I also liked about this was, a lot of people, I know you don't really have like a hardcore favorite, like, what turtle you lean towards more, but just, I am so impressed and happy and grateful that every turtle got their moment in this season and also in the fights with Shredder. One at a time they were getting picked off, but just like the bad guys we talked about earlier, Christian, it looked like either any of them could have knocked him out. Raph coming in with Rage, Mikey with the cool, we didn't even talk like the cool camo turtles, like they again, I know we've done this cool like extra camo just for I guess just to stay more focused or maybe a good luck charm, but I thought that was pretty cool. And the other funny thing is when you I guess because I want to end this on a laugh anyways, we try to send people home happy here, is I can't now I remember we talked about this in the Fred Wolf saga. Donnie calls Michelangelo Mikey only one time, and in this series, because my name is Mike, He gets so pissed off at Michelangelo, he says, Michael. I don't recall the Turtles ever calling another turtle Michael, ever. That's how pissed that Donatello got. So that's another fun little Easter egg, little trivia plant there. But yeah, you get mentions of the old Turtles, the random Carter, toys with Worm, Triceratons are kicking everyone's ass, Fugitoid. There's death again in a kid show. There's still the spooks that you like in here. You get jokes with the Adam West. I mean, final thoughts here. Again, I'm going to ask you, and I'm sure it's going to be an NO in all caps exclamation point times 100, but is there anything you would have changed in this season to make it any better besides that Tiger Claw spot that we talked about, besides that little hiccup of the OG Turtles not getting a second episode in this season or more storyline?
Boy, I cannot really think of anything because it's really this season got everything. Just the thing that I mentioned, that the crossover with the classic Turtles, it could have been longer, it could have been a two-parter or anything. But besides that, this season has everything. The first half of the season is like, it's all kind of connected. We got like two big story arcs in this season. First is the space story, the space travel adventures. Then the second half is like this ninja war with Shredder, and he's becoming Super Shredder in the end. And it's like really, it all comes then to the finale with Shredder and Splinter's death, and it's just so much going on. It's funny, it's crazy, it's very inventive. There's so much in this season. It got everything. As I said before, really, after like 3 seasons, you really get the feeling. So okay, they can do this. They can be dark and gritty. They can be funny. They can like give us some Easter eggs, some meta humor, and like all of these things like callbacks for classic TMNT fans that kids would not get. But like I'm sitting in front of it, like I know what you're doing there. This season really has everything. Really the best of this show. It really shows how good this show is and can be. Yes, really, there's nothing that I would change about it.
Yeah, very underrated too, because not many people talk about this like they do our original show and the 2003 show. I encourage y'all, if you get any time, to check this out any way you can. The DVDs, I would think nowadays, if you don't have any streaming services, the DVDs shouldn't be that expensive. I believe you can buy seasons 1 and 2 together. We highly encourage that here, and just it never gets boring either. I mean, Shredder gets stronger and stronger every season. It's not like the '87 show where it was, we're gonna stop him and that's it, he gets away. It's like we're here to destroy you and end this. So we're living in the 2012 series here, saga here in Shellonomics, but our good friend Christian, who is not a ghost, but on his show he lives in the past, present, and future, and he's keeping you up to date with all the newer comics in the Ninja Turtle realm. Christian, if people want to get into the more modern Ninja Turtles and also the past, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on my own podcast, which is called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Talk. Find the podcast, check it out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Or just go to the website tmnttalk.com. You can find everything there. You can also find the social media stuff there. You can pretty much find me everywhere, like on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and on Discord, which I really encourage you to join, because I always up to talk turtle stuff with other turtle fans, so you know where you can find me.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we have season 5 next time, and I guess we're going to end it with a line here that you're getting me hyped to read, which was Tales of the Ninja Turtles. So next time, let me tell you a story.
Sounds good.